All right, shalom, shalom. Like to say all praises due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shad, Ba'ashem Rakakadash, and double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to all you brothers teaching in truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe. All right, this is GMS Boston coming back once again. We're going to do in the spirit of, prophecy,
Mhm.
the news that's happening upon the earth. And there's so much, you could catch it here or on other brothers' charity channels and be constantly edified. Uh, we got a couple of articles that we just gonna pull out of the media and just speak on them through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. You know.
That's right. Con, so just give me 1 second, knock. I'm gonna pull it up on the screen,
Hmm.
and I want to bring out a. We can start off with this precept because as the duty of a watchman, what we ought to do is you know, always keep a lookout of what's going on in the world and actually voice it. Declare what's going on in the world and link it to biblical prophecy, link it to the scriptures. All right, to let our people know that the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is faithful and true, and to give our people the warning. All right, and so that they can prepare themselves, and if they don't prepare themselves, they can't say that they didn't know. All right, this is Habakkuk 2:1. It says, "I will stand upon my watch and set me upon a tower, and will watch to see what he was saying to me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved." And the Lord answered me and said, "Write the vision, make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it." And that vision goes back to prophecy. It says, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry."
Yeah, and that's what we we're waiting for it. But the reason why we know that it should surely come is because of the scriptures. All right,
Mhm.
and we like we say through the elder apostles. Uh, Elder Apostle Gabar, he always says that you when you read the scriptures, you got to have vision. You
Mhm.
know, and the vision of these things coming forth, you know that they're going to happen because we're in the spirit. You know, and the earth has already been destroyed because John, the Revelator, seen it being destroyed. Okay, not destroyed in the sense, but the kingdom of Esau, Edom. All right, that's what he's seen go up in smoke.
Mhm.
Okay, so with that being the scriptures in the word says that the Bible is faithful and true. The word is faithful and true. So
That's right. I got
and
another precept.
this place is already done for.
That's right. Second Ezra 9 and verse 1. He answered me then and said, "Measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest parts of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it's the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which you made." And see,
Yeah,
that's the thing. Like you had mentioned about foresight, right? Having vision, right? A lot of people lack that. All right. And in order to pay attention to the times, you got to link it to something. All right. What is happening in the world? And how do you know that this is linked back to the scriptures? How do you know that this is prophecy? Once again, the Bible speaks on it. The scripture states that the Most High is going to declare the end from the beginning. All right. Before these things come to pass, He's going to tell us. So we understand that that's how prophecy works. All right. To say something before it happens. So just like how our Lord Yahweh Shai gave warnings of what to look after, this is the things that we're looking after to see this is how the Most High is visiting the world, right? It says, verse 3 says, "Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning."
that's right.
Mhm.
And when you look at what's going on over there in France right now,
Yep.
they having big riots over there, man. Out of this world type of riots, man. Okay, and when you look at various other places in the earth, they're doing the same thing, man. And that's how we know that we at that time that Matthew 24 was alluding to.
Uh,
Okay, the prophecy of that, and that's how we're measuring the time. We're not using the white man's clock on the wall, so to speak. Or his calendar. We're not using that. We're using the spiritual time that's at hand. Okay.
that's right. Hey, to add on to your point as well, I had to pull up this article. Well, this is actually the website endtimeheadlines.org. And you have
Yep.
mentioned the scripture says about uproars of the peoples and earthquakes in diverse places. That's written in Matthew the 24th chapter, and also
Yep.
what we just read. It says right here, developing cluster of earthquakes rattle Northern California.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and there's plenty more earthquakes that's rattling and shaking up the world. All right. It's just certain places they're gonna mention. All right. Because they may have a sense of importance or whatever the case is, or maybe because the earthquake was very extreme, so they're gonna mention that. But there's plenty of places right now having earthquakes. All
Yeah.
right. Once again,
Then-
that's how you know that the Most High is doing his thing.
And again, the Syria's getting hit with tremors that's like 5 point something and 6 point something. Those tremors are those are earthquakes in diverse places. Okay.
All right. Let's see real quick. Right here, just another list. It says recent earthquakes. It says in Iran. This is 5.6. California 3.4. You have over in Japan 6.0. The Philippines 5.3, and this is all. Look, the dates are March 23rd, March 28th, March 28th, March 28th, 27th, the 26th, the 25th. So hey, these are all recent. These are all
Mhm.
recent. All right. So once again, this is why we constantly come out and speak the word of Yahweh Shemashah. Present prophecy and link it once again to what's happening in the world.
Con.
So we could get into the first article. Oh, the first video actually. This is Salaki. Just bear with me. It says this is from FoxNews.com. This says Salaki, bear with me. Global economy churning a perfect storm could mean end of the U.S. dollar. Monica Crowley, right? So I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna just give me 1 second. Let me set this up.
I'm muting my mic.
All right, so we can get it going.
Take a look at this. Vladimir Putin announced this week that Russia will begin using the Chinese yuan for international payments instead of the dollar. Saudi Arabia is also in talks with Beijing to do the same thing. Speaking of Saudi Arabia, meanwhile, they're in talks with Iran as well to consider an economic alliance with China and Russia. And they can even be joining the BRIC countries, which is an acronym for these countries here: Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. These countries all have emerging economies. So, what happens if our economy and the US dollar are no longer the world's dominant currency? Former Assistant Treasury Secretary and host of the Monica Crowley podcast, Monica Crowley, is here to weigh in. Monica, great to see you this morning. Let's start right there. What happens if these emerging economies move away from the US dollar towards the Chinese yuan?
Well, good morning, Will. It's great to be with you. And it's really hard to overstate exactly how catastrophic the abandonment of the US dollar would be as the world's global reserve currency. Look, since the end of World War II, the dollar has been the safe place to go, and it's been backed up by a couple of things. It originally was backed up by gold, but President Nixon took us off the gold standard, so there's no hard asset backing up the dollar anymore for the last 50 years. But also, it's been backed up by the strength and economic power of the United States and the fact that oil has always been traded in dollars. If that were to end, that would mean the end of the US dollar. Look, there is a perfect storm happening right now, Will. The world's reserve currency being that, having that status has been a real privilege, but we've abused the privilege by wholly reckless monetary and fiscal policies over many years, certainly over the last couple of years, which has really devalued the dollar. On top of that, now you do have this perfect storm of Biden's weakness, his war on American domestic energy production, the Ukraine war, and as you point out, because of all of these things, we've got America's enemies led by China forming a new economic bloc. And all it would take at this point now, because we're at this pivotal moment, Will, is for Saudi Arabia, who has indicated that they're open to this, to say, you know what, we're going to be open to considering other currencies to trade in oil. If that were to happen, there would be a complete implosion of the global economic system, but certainly the American economic system. And if that were to happen, you'd be looking at sky high inflation, just raging Weimar Republic kind of inflation. If you think inflation is bad now, just wait. But more importantly, we would lose our economic dominance and we would lose our superpower status.
Monica, the world's reserve currency, so it's a privilege for the United States for the dollar to have been the world's currency. How does that relate to each individual American? How has that changed or impacted or improved our lives throughout the last several decades?
Yeah, I mean, it's given the United States incredible dominance in the world in terms of the economic system and in terms of trade. It's kept prices down. So whether it's energy prices, whether it's your food prices, the entire global economic system is reliant on the safe and secure dollar. But that is no longer true, again, because we've been printing money like crazy and devalued the power of the dollar and the value of the dollar. But on top of it now, again, oil is the critical linchpin of this. If Saudi Arabia decides to join with America's enemies here and start trading oil in different currencies, that is going to undermine the entire global economic system. And here at home, you know what it's going to mean for us? It's going to mean raging inflation, so much worse than anything we have ever experienced, Will. Yeah. And I'll tell you,
give me 1 second, Salakia. Fix this. All right, you good, brothers?
Yeah. So that's their worst nightmare coming fast and hard, man. You hear in her voice it was getting shaky because they can see it, you know. I can see it coming. And you know what that means? That means the end of your dainty things, your hairdos, your trinkets that you like. It's about to be just like a Book of Eli without the bombs going off. Of course, not yet, but they will. But it's gonna be like a thing post-apocalyptic movie here. Empty cans everywhere, you know, grocery store shelves empty or spoiling food, you know, being thrown out like you seen in Venezuela, you know. So if the rest of the world stops spending the petrodollar, it's all gonna come running back here, right? And what it's just gonna be like a big bowl full of money. And then things that are here already is gonna hyperinflate, man. People are gonna be spending 72,000 for a steak dinner because there's going to be so much free floating money all over the place, you know.
I got something. Jeremiah 51:7. Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nation have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her take balm for her pain? If so be she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go everyone into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies.
Yeah. And that's the majority of these people that's merchants here that came over here for a better tomorrow. The only people that's coming forth over here is Issachar and the northern kingdom from Central America. They're trying to kill themselves to get here. And as you've seen today, I don't know if brothers are aware of it, but they burned down the encampment on the border, killing like 39 people. The U.S. did.
Yep.
See, and that's prophecy in itself because it said that the northern kingdom was going to bring what? Their children to the murderer. And there you have it. You see?
And even to add on too, you know, this is ultimately Yahweh Shem Shah breaking down this wicked kingdom.
That's right.
And you know, once again, like how all these other you know, when you look at what happened in the Salaki about that. So if you look at what happened in the scriptures, you have especially like 70 AD, in the book of Judah, you had these armies that would siege Jerusalem, all right, and starve it out. And then guess what? That's when they're trying to make their move, right? So that's the same thing that the Most High is doing unto this wicked kingdom. All right,
Yep.
the Lord is definitely jacking this place up by way of what, doing away, crumbling it from within. Right, the dollar's not going to stand for anything. The people is going to be within the country is going to be at odds against each other. It's going to be chaos, right? And then at the end, what the Lord is going to do is He's going to let the missiles fly and burn this place up. So
That's
it's
right.
a very strategic move that the Heavenly Father is doing. Yahweh Bar Shemel Shai is doing. All right, and this is why we here to voice it, right? We to show the power of Yahweh Bar Shemel Shai. And now, real quick, I got a quick precept. It says Zephaniah 1 and 14, the great day of the Lord is near, it is near and hasteneth greatly. Even the voice of the day of the Lord, the mighty men shall cry there bitterly. The day is a day of wrath and a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, a day of trumpets and alarms against the fenced cities and against the high towers. And I will bring distress upon men that they shall walk like blind men because they have sinned against the Lord, and their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as the dung. Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the days of the Lord's wrath, but the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy, for he make even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land. All right, so this is all summing up of what the Lord is bringing, right? But before the Lord brings the missile and this harsh destruction, he's gonna allow these other countries to leave America in the dust. All
That's
right,
right.
do away with the dollar. Make sure that this place is gonna hyperinflate, like you had mentioned. All right, people are gonna be starving. People are gonna be head hunting each other. All right, and it's a chess move, man.
Yeah, Jim joining the BRICS
Mhm.
nation, they're basically just cutting off America, so he doesn't have a homogeny over them any longer. They're able to do business without America's dirty hands involved whatsoever.
So we
Yeah,
Okay.
have.
if I may, real quick, like the hegemony of America is being destroyed because, like, by the way of the dollar, America was able to do whatever he wants to these
That's right.
countries,
Yep.
make false promises, put section on them. You know what I'm saying? Invade the country, destroy the economy, but not no more. These nations are waking up to Esau's madness, to Esau's trickery, to his philosophy, and that's why these nations are building up economic alliances or abroad, right? Because geopolitically, you have to understand what's taking place abroad. It's gonna directly affect your life over here because everything is connected.
Yeah.
What's happening over there in France or UK or Portugal, that has a direct effect on your life in America, and these people are gonna be in it for a rude awakening. They're
Yep.
not gonna know what hit them, man. When these things fall upon them, man.
Yeah.
They're gonna ask what's going on. Meanwhile, these things are happening abroad, right? But Esau in here, he pushes media on you by letting you pay more attention to the NBA, the NFL, Kim Kardashian. You know what I'm saying?
All
Madness,
that
things that
stupid
will
shit.
prepare you for what's about to come.
I got a precept for you. Proverbs 14 and 15. It says, "The simple believeth every word, but the prudent man looketh well to his going. A wise
Yep.
man feareth and it departed from evil, but the fool rageth and is confident."
The
All right.
prudent men. You got it, bro.
No, no, but I'm just saying because a prudent man, he's going to look to what's going on all over. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And like you
Fine.
said, this is what the distraction point is all these false idols. I'm talking about the living ones, you know what I'm saying? And the bread and circus. Okay?
Yeah, because because these devils they don't want these people they want these people to stay asleep so
That's
that
right.
they won't be revolting against the system.
Yeah.
Because if you don't know what's happening abroad, how can you stand up? Because if you know these things are happening abroad and they're gonna come here, if you have a right sense of mind, you're gonna have to get up protesting, take into the streets, you know what I'm saying, and go to your government, your local house congressman, you know what I'm saying, and make your voice heard. But they're not letting you know what's happening abroad. So when these things come to America, a lot of people are not gonna know what to do. They're gonna be walking around like a chicken with their head cut off, man. They ain't gonna know what to do.
That's right. So I got another video real quick just to add on to that point of these countries ditching the U.S. dollar. All right. This one right here, it says this is the president of Kenya. It says fearless President Ruto defends himself over dollar shortage and increase of dollar. A lot of these countries are getting rid of the dollar, but he mentioned something in this video. He said in the upcoming weeks, so there's something that they know, that's coming. All right, that eventually, the common citizen of America and these common, these people that's not really focused, like brothers was going into, those people that's walking in darkness, that sleep. Guess what? It's gonna affect them in the worst way. But they're not paying attention.
Well, well, the thing of it is, I believe, you know what I'm saying, and it's going to happen here eventually. But these other countries, they're just going to stop dealing with the U.S. dollar.
Yeah, come on.
Okay, in their country, and doing that is going to create that wave or that perfect storm that the reporter was talking about over here. So things are going to become very different in those other countries because they're going to deal with those new systems that's going to be placed upon them. Over here, things are going to be different in the aspect of you're not going to be able to get what you want. You're going to have exuberant prices, okay, whether it's gas, food, clothes, whatever.
Yep.
You're not going to be able to grasp anything, and then people going to start quitting their jobs. Okay, that's another thing that's going to start happening rapidly too, because why work if you're not making ends meet? It's useless.
Yep. Come on. And also to add on too, the reason why a lot of those countries, like you said, is getting rid of Salaki, give me a second.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just play this video real quick, Salaki, give me 1 second.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe this president, he was just saying, how they got to get rid of the currency quick, fast, in a hurry.
Yeah, because because America is a sinking ship, man.
Yeah.
Just like the Titanic.
Yep.
All the countries, they see America is falling. They see that there's no coming back for this place. You know what I'm saying? So they are dropping ship. They try to fix the country while they still have time.
Con. We can't hear it, brother. We can't hear it. We can't hear you neither.
Salaki, brother, my bad, man.
It's all right. Yeah, just rewind.
All right, got you. Salaki about that.
All right.
This market. And therefore, for the people who work numbers, I am giving you free advice that those of you who are holding dollars, you shortly might go into losses. You better do what you must do, because this market is going to be different in a couple of weeks. And secondly, we, through the central bank, we are having conversations to reinstate the interbank exchange market that has since not worked. And I am happy that the players in that sector, including our banks, are coming forward and they are participating, and they are working with the central bank so that we can again take charge of our market, and that it is not allowed to be distorted by brokers. I'm told the only place where brokers are accepted is at the exchange. Anywhere else, they are banned. So I just want to assure those in Kenya who were facing challenges of access to dollars that we have taken steps to ensure that dollar availability in the next couple of weeks is going to be very different because our fuel companies and
Parab,
this
Con,
can you get a Proverbs 22 and 3?
I got you.
Okay, sure.
This is the book of Proverbs 22 and verse 3. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
All right. This is Proverbs 22 and 3. It says, a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished.
Yeah, that goes into the eyesight, the vision, being able to see what's about to take place, being able to look, having care for the future. A wise man, that's what a wise man would concern himself with, man. Foresee the evil, because we know ultimately that's what's gonna come, man. A time like no other, Jacob trouble, or times such as never always in Lord's nation. The petition to try the whole world. So it doesn't matter where you are in the world, everybody gonna be affected, man. Everybody gonna be affected by when this when the evil actually come, and it's gonna come faster, man.
Yeah.
But he said, but the simple pass on and are punished. So the vast majority of the people, they're gonna be punished. They're gonna be punished as because they didn't take heed, or they didn't know what was happening. And when these things become up close and personal, you're not gonna know how to deal with them, man.
That's right. I know how I was mentioning, I was speaking on it before. My daughter ran out here, but I was saying these countries is definitely doing away with the dollar because what it basically is helping their country out. You wouldn't make a deal that's gonna shoot yourself in the foot. That's why they're doing away with the dollar, and they're teaming up with Russia, China, so on and so forth. All of those countries that are against America because it's beneficial to them.
That's right.
All right, and that's the thing. You're gonna see a lot more countries, Russia and China, and these other countries are laying a sweet deal, which these other countries is gonna be like, listen, I'm gonna take it. Even some of the allies of America is gonna go take it.
Yeah. If I may, those are emerging countries. Like you have Egypt want to join, Argentina want to join, Mexico want to join, Jamaica want to join. You know what I'm saying? It's those countries are the next. Feel like they're gonna be the next one to war once America get destroyed, man.
Well, Obadiah, go to Obadiah real quick.
Conquer, even when they say Turkey is part of NATO.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Turkey.
How much longer though?
Yep. Turkey's been having conversation with Russia, and who knows what they're talking about behind closed doors. You see?
Exactly.
But this is Obadiah 1 and 7. It says, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee, that they that eat, it says, they that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There was none understanding in him.
Yeah. The water broke for that. That's a beautiful verse, man. And being watchmen, this is one of the key signs that we have to watch for is these countries flipping on the whore, man. Because when you look at the crust of the matter, when you go to Revelations, what is that? The beast shall hate the whore.
16.
16, yeah. When you go
17,
16, and 18. 16, 17, and 18. But when you get down to it, this is what's going to happen, man. These NATO countries and the EU countries, they're going to flip on this place, man, for a lack of resources, because Putin got the stranglehold over there. He got food, he got the natural resources like the gas, oil, so on and so forth, man. And if he can get everybody that has those same exact things on his side, then they can't barter with anybody. They have to come through him.
I got that.
Yeah, Fazia, to add on to what you said, recently the US, Joe Biden blew up the North Stream pipeline, which was a program that Russia was giving gas to Germany at a low cost.
Yep.
And Germany was able to make profit of it by selling cheap gas to other countries like the French, the English. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So that's gonna put them out of America, man.
That's it.
Everybody knows what they did. So right now, nothing happened yet, but eventually, the leaders of this country they're gonna revolt against America.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is
And it's
all
going to happen because they don't have no more chips on the table. Once all these countries pretty much get rid of the petro-dollars, they're going to tell the whore to F off. You know what I'm saying? Get out of here.
That's right. Revelation 17 and verse 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire.
Let's go to Jeremiah 50, 51.
All right, I'm gonna finish off real quick.
Yeah,
Verse
yeah.
17. For the Most High have put in their hearts to fulfill His will, and to agree, and to give their kingdom unto the beast, until the word of the Most High shall be fulfilled.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And the woman which thou sawest is that great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth. All right. So once again, that's speaking of Babylon, that's speaking of America, right? But it says what? That those 10 horns, right, is gonna hate the whore and they're gonna burn her with fire. That's the ally. All right.
Yep.
See, and this is exactly what we were just talking about.
The EU and NATO.
Yep, EU and NATO, yep. Jeremiah 51, you said?
Yeah. Because the fire, we're going to just hop on that for a quick minute. What the fire is.
That's right. Starting at the top.
Yep.
It says Jeremiah 51 and 1. Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Boston shall behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them, that rise up against me, a destroying wind, and will send unto Babylon famine that shall fan her, and shall empty her land. From the day of trouble it shall be against her round about.
Yeah, them instigators. There's a lot of instigators. There's a lot of closed door meetings going on without her, and it's stoking the fire in these rulers. But we know it to be Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai that's doing it. Okay, because it says that the king's heart is in the Lord's hands. Okay, that means his law, his mind. Okay.
Verse 2 says, against him that bendeth let the archer bend his bow, and against him that lifted up in his brigandine, and spare ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her hosts.
Yeah. So them weapons that he got stored up, and his weapons are the world's weapons. Okay, mainly those nuclear missiles, ICBMs, and them supersonic missiles that they have now. Okay, with warheads on them.
That's right. It says, thus the slain shall fall in the land of the Chaldeans, and they that are thrust through in her streets. I'll jump down to verse 11.
Yep.
It reads, make bright the arrows, gather the shields. The Lord Yahweh Shah has raised up the spirits of the king of the Medes for his devices against Babylon to destroy it, because it is the vengeance of the Lord, the vengeance of his temple.
And that's referring to Russia. Okay, that's the number one person that he's working on, because when you go to Ezekiel 38, which we don't have to get it.
Okay.
But you know, that's the head honcho that's gathering up all the bands together. Okay, underneath him, he's the protector of these places. He has doved out military arsenals. Okay, just like in the video that we seen before we turned this on. You know, the guy over there. What's the guy's name? Just
Julius Malema.
Malema.
Yeah, he was saying how Russia helped them out in a crucial time.
Yeah, I'll play it real quick. I'll run it real quick.
Yeah. And this is prophecy.
We don't want ICC's hypocrisy to apply here in our country. President Putin is welcomed. We know our friends. We know the people who liberated us. We know the people who supported us. In Kutokonaval, the weapons that were used in Kutokonaval that led to the liberation of South Africa were coming from Russia. Russia supplied us with weapons in Kutokonaval.
That's right.
Cuba supplied us with soldiers MK was drunk. Cuba brought the soldiers. Russia brought the armaments. We were supposed to be the ones that are being complimented and supported by these other countries who were found wanting.
And there you go. Okay, because in Ezekiel 38, that he was going to be a guard onto those lesser nations, man. And how are you going to be a guard onto them? He's going to guard them with what? With armaments, with weapons. Okay.
Once again, that's going to be a sweet deal on the table that these other countries, is gonna turn to, man. And that's
they want that.
Yeah, that's what's going to help them out. That's why the weaker nations are saying that they're strong now, because Russia's helping them with missiles and missile defense systems and and backing, and it's just to even have Russia on your side as an ally is saying that will give these lesser countries confidence.
He just gave Iran money for a nuclear power station or something like that. So he's going across the globe just handing out money, man. Handing out money for what they need. America says they're going to help you, but they actually come there to rob you. That's like it says in Isaiah the 33rd chapter. Okay.
That's right.
Yes, if I may, real quick, because to take down America, Russia gonna need help. They're gonna need help of these other countries, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just like a bully, to take down a bully, right? America's the bully. To take down the bully, you need that as much help as possible, and that's exactly why Russia is gathering all these nations to come together with them to take down America, and that's biblical prophecy,
Yeah.
So real quick, I had let me read the precept first, and read the verse, and then I'll go into it. But this is I'm gonna start at verse 5, right? Ezekiel 38:5. It says Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shields and helmets. So once again, the subject matter is Gog and Magog. Right?
Mm-hmm.
See? And so going down verse 6, it says Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togarmah of the north quarters, and all his bands, and many people with thee. Be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy companies that are assembly unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. Right. So we're gonna look up what the word guard, a guard, and it says right here, it says a place of confinement. All right. Also says guard, jail, guard post, watch, observant, but it says guard post, active, guarding. Right. Let's see. Let's see. A guard, the man, the post, or the prison. It says a deposit. Also, as observed, a usage or an example. Consequently, diligence, guard, office, prison, ward, watch. Right. So once again, this is the act of guarding.
Yeah, watcher, a watcher.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, I have the Google definition for it.
Yep.
So a guard, the Google definition, and it says protect against damage or harm. A person who keep watch, especially a soldier, or the person assigned to protect a person or to control access to a place.
That's it.
Once again, read that again. It says the person who keeps watch.
A person who keep watch, especially a soldier, or the person assigned to protect a person or to control access to a place.
So it links with what we read in on the blue letter with the guard, because it mentions a prison guard, right? And what does a prison guard do? It watches for the prisoner, right?
Observance.
You know what I'm saying? But in the sense of that guard being Russia, watching over who? All these other countries. All right, making sure that basically is protected, or it's a well-being. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what the Lord had made Russia to be unto these nations, right? That no harm can come against them. It says protect against damage or harm.
That's right.
If I may add in some of the words, a defender, a protector, a guardian, a keeper, a bouncer, a custodian, a guardian, a lookout, a watchman.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's all to it, you know. So we understand the assignment that it was given to him through Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man.
Yes,
As a
All
sir.
matter
right.
of fact, yeah, get Proverbs 21 verse 1, corrupt, since he said that.
Gotcha. Proverbs
I was for sure.
21 and
Hmm.
verse 1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, and as the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing. The Lord put in his mind, in his lahab, to look after these nations, to have them assemble together to come against America. The Lord's the one that's doing that, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And with that, you gotta just look at it all. All right. If he can get the bricks up and going, then he can solidify himself with these other countries within doing handing out armaments and giving them certain backings, financially. The next thing for this place is a downfall, economic downfall,
Oh,
which they have to switch up the system. Now, I know you had another article. Was it the Panera one?
yep, Con. You
You
want
want
to
to
jump
go
to that?
there? You got something to say, Benoit?
No, I'm good. You got it, bro.
Oh,
Okay.
Con, even just to end it off on this, right? On the last topic we was talking about, the last article, you got to remember too. They had mentioned in that the video on the Fox News. It says that America basically had the petrodollar on smash, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So in order to actually become that next superpower, you have to get rid of that. That has to fall out. You have to be that next country has to be the one where they're doing deals in basically in their currency. You
Huh.
know what I'm saying? Like the petrodollar has to go out the window in order for this next superpower, whoever it is that steps up to the plate, to be in play, right? Because America had that for so long. Now this is why these countries are saying, "Yo, listen, we're gonna get rid of it." And that lady had mentioned once they get rid of the petrodollar, guess what, man? It's through hyperinflation. Everything is gonna go upside down
That's it.
because they relied on that. Babylon relied on it for so long that they didn't even have no backing. The dollar wasn't backed by no gold nor silver.
Yep.
All right. So hey, man, we going like you said, Tazia, we gonna see this shit go upside down real soon and real fast, man.
That's yep.
All right. So this is the last article. It says Panera is rolling out Amazon's pay with your palm technology. All right. It says Panera patrons. It says will soon be able to pay for their soup in a bread bowl with their palm. The fast casual restaurant chain is rolling out loyalty identification and contactless payment via Amazon One for My Panera Rewards customers.
Mm.
According to PC Magazine, launching first at two St. Louis Panera locations, Town and Country and Bridgeton, Amazon One with loyalty linking will be available at additional shops in the coming months. Panera patrons will soon be able to pay for their soup in a bread bowl with their palm. And we've been talking about this for quite a while. Our apostles and elders been talking about this new system, which is going to be digital, which is going to be a way of buying and selling. And we know that this leads to the MOTD.
That's right.
All right. And you had Amazon One being spoken of, like over 2 years ago? You know, they have the videos of the guy going shopping and showing you how it is to shop at one of those Whole Foods, or the Amazon food store, the shopping market. And all they was doing is, in order to get in, they put their hand over the thing and they get into the store. All right, and as well, that's how they would pay. All right, so now you're seeing other branches and other restaurants and stuff starting to take on that. You know.
Yeah. It's other countries like I seen one of those quick videos on YouTube with the girl in Africa running the fountain, not with the palm, but with a special kind of card, which is all acclamation for using your palm. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? Your palm, and then the kids inside of Japan paying for school lunch with their face recognition.
Yep.
You know, it's all what John said. Revelators, John the Revelator said. You know what I'm saying? It's all going back to that prophecy, man.
Right. And that's why you got to, put two and two together. right? Why do you think that even the McDonald's, they went from having a lot of employees, a lot of workers, to now having those, what is it called, kiosks, those machines that you just type in the order
And
with
with cash register.
Yep, no cash register. Everything, and it doesn't accept cash. You just type it in, you scan your card, whatever the case may be, and then all of a sudden, your order's already put in, and they give you your food.
That's right.
There's plenty of restaurants and locations like that. So guess what? You know that it eventually is going to go from you actually using a card to you eventually swiping your hand with an incision with the MOTB, the charagma being in it.
Yeah.
See, this is what they're leading to, man. This is what they are pushing for.
That's what you call a conditioning.
Yep.
They condition the people to get used to the idea of not having cash in your hand. You know what I'm saying? Just use your phone, pay as you go. You know what I'm saying? To type your phone, and you just get what you want.
Well, the man, they had this in the work for a long time.
Exactly.
Like things like Cash App. Let's go Cash App, Zelly. What's the other one that they have? Venmo.
Yep.
All right. These things were test runs, a beta ran things because they wanted to see if people would catch on and be able to use it. Now all of a sudden they have emerging what is the Fed now. Fed now is going to be actually Cash App, but for the Federal Reserve. Okay?
Exactly. And it's crazy that you say that too, because I remember back when Cash App started to become a thing. I used to hear it. I used to hear people talking about it, like, "Oh, you got Cash App, you got Cash App," and I didn't have it at the time, so I was really kind of lost. Like people was paying each other in Cash App, but it was like you said, it was that new thing. It was like that. Oh snap! I can give you money right now. I don't have to meet you and do the transaction, or I can, you know what I'm saying, whatever it may be, or I don't have to go to Western Union. I don't have to go through the bank and do a little transfer, whatever the case may be.
Because Western Union is virtually out of here.
Yeah.
Okay. The only thing that people really run there and do is pay a bill. But that's what the Fed now is offering that. Say, oh, you can pay your car note. Oh, you can pay your gas bill. You can pay your light bill. You can pay your water bill through Fed now because everything is going to get ledger through the Federal Reserve, and this is what's going to take away your privacy.
And also, if I may add too, like in all this app, right? Esau always get his cut, man. Esau always get something.
Exactly. Yo, that's what it is. It's basically gonna be one mega bank, like you said, the Fed now, or that the CBDC is gonna be that one major bank, and it's gonna cut off everything else. So it's not gonna be no more Bank of America and so on and so forth, Citizen Bank. Everybody's gonna get paid, or everybody's gonna be getting interaction and transfers, or whatever the case is, by way of the CBDC. Like you said, even with the the Cash App and stuff, there was a point where if you have not even Cash App only, but the chimes and all that different stuff.
Yep, different ones.
You can get your paycheck 2 to 3 days before.
And that's a new thing that just started probably about 4 years ago. That started, cash advancements.
Exactly. So what happened then? Everybody wanted their check 2-3 days before. So what they did, they jumped on it.
Yeah.
You see? Oh, I ain't gotta wait till Friday. I can get it on a Tuesday, or I can get it on a Wednesday. Get my bills out the way, because if you're putting Jake is always trying to make ends meet. Living check to check. So if a bill's coming up and it's about to get cut, but you have to wait till Friday, if you can get your check on a Wednesday, that kind of works out.
Yeah, settled.
You see what I'm saying? So like the brother Bonawar said, conditioning and gradualism. They apply that to the people, and now people have become dependent on it to the point where it's like now Esau's like, hey, we're gonna slide away from this and we're gonna bring forth this, but we need them to want this.
Yes.
Yeah. If I may add, bro, that's the characteristic of a serpent.
Yep.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? This devil's cunning, man. He's wise when it comes to wickedness, man. And if I may add, like, he's gonna put these people in a condition that they're gonna, like you said, they're gonna beg for this thing. They're gonna beg to take the charagma, because they, in their mind, they won't see any other way out, man.
How do you think about the Silicon Valley, the bank runs and stuff like that of that sort? Why do you think these things is happening? All right.
That was a test run, bro. If I'm here,
Eventually, you're gonna see the talks of cyber attack, and people are gonna be scared because they're gonna be scared that the banks can be tampered with. And guess what? These people are gonna find when Esau comes and be like, "Hey, we have a sure sense of security with your money." So guess what? It's not gonna be actual money anymore. It's gonna be a credit, or it's gonna be tokens. All right, digital tokens, digital currency. Right. And guess what? A lot of people they may be against it, but eventually people are gonna be with it because this is gonna be a whole new system that's gonna run basically on the world, man. The world's gonna run on this system.
Yeah.
All right.
And basically they
yeah,
don't.
that's the our petition to try the whole world, man. It's gonna be global. It's gonna be a global network,
Yeah.
And they don't really care about the small man because we don't have enough money to power a bank, So in the aspect of them making that happen, what they're doing is making all the big players or the big wells take their money out of small banks, which is going to kill them faster, right? And then they're going to have them, just funnel it into larger banks where they can get them all at once, gank them. So they putting them in a narrow space. It's like a slaughterhouse. You get what I'm saying? Because if you had your money hidden here, hidden there, in little small banks and startups and stuff like that, what you would do is take all that money and say, "Oh shit, they coming for this. I gotta hide my money," and then you just run off and put it into a larger bank. Well, the larger bank is eventually going to get the same type of trap sprung on them. You know what I'm saying? But they got the big wells now, and they gonna have to adhere to the time of hour of temptation, so to speak.
That's right.
They're gonna have to run out and get that RFID microchip.
Real quick, I'm gonna bring this precept out. This Revelation 13 and verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead, that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
That's right. And that's what's getting ready to happen, man. You ain't gonna be able to move, hide nor hair, you know what I'm saying, without this number on you. And you know it as a grain of rice, okay? 666, which is a UPC code. Okay. You're a product of the system then. Okay. Just like my man, what's that? The video game Hitman.
Yep. Agent 47. Yep.
Agent 47. He got the barcode on his neck.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah. If I may add too, like you're gonna be like a agent. Not only that, you're gonna be like a property of the Rothschild, of the banking families. You know what I'm saying?
If you work in shipping and receiving, if anyone had worked in shipping and receiving, you'll definitely see some boxes with the red label RFID on it. All right. But and then guess what? That's also what to track the product. All right. So once again, like you said, that's gonna make the individual a product. And what you do with your product, you want to make sure that it's going and coming safely.
That's right.
You want to make sure that what's in the inventory you have accounted for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's exactly how they're gonna and they're gonna be able to do it by way of that tag, man.
Yeah. If I may also too, that's a badge of servitude.
Yeah.
That's what in the ancient time, go back to Exodus, when a slave wants to remain to his master, the master will branded him, of how, and basically saying that this is mine, this is my slave forever. And that's exactly what the so-called white man, like a cattle, that's exactly what the so-called white man wants to do to the vast majority of you Israelites. He wants to put his step on you so that Yahushua don't have nothing to come back to. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
right.
But to worry about Shimashai, because the scripture says that the Lord has reserved to himself 7,000 men who's not gonna bow their knees to the image of Baal. So the Lord has a remnant, a number of them that's gonna stay faithful. They're not gonna bow down to this devil's agenda. They're gonna fight unto death, to be saved by Yahushua.
That's right. That's right.
So that's it on my end.
Yeah. Now to speak about how they're gonna get everybody to do it, you know, you got that article pulled up real quick.
Which one?
With the derailments.
Oh, yep, con. Yep.
Yeah.
Play it real quick. Dabu.
This is Dabu 7. A heads up here as we've got yet another train derailment, this time a 70-car train derailing 31 of the 70 cars, with some leaking petroleum, hazardous materials out of the train. Crews saying that they think that the cold weather will solidify some of these materials, making them into a gel-type substance. Others are arguing that you cannot wait around on that because the liquid form will be leaching into the earth. This is happening in an area near Windmere in North Dakota. They say nearby roadways 158 and 159 Avenue Southeast will be closed. Highway 13 and 14, the Richland County Sheriff's Office also said will be closed. The cleanup is expected to last between 7 and 10 days. So this is quite a big mess. It's ongoing, as you can see, 7 to 10 days. They're hoping, again, that the cold weather would gel up some of this material, the rest of it just leaching into the earth or any local waterways. Now, let's take a look here at Windy and the region real quick, just so folks know, anyone that's downwind potentially here, because there's not a lot of information in terms of the plume, a fire, anything like that. But what we do know right here is that around Windmere, we have the wind moving around 10 to 11 miles per hour south-southeast. And you can see these waterways that come right out of Windmere run right down to the bigger waterways. So these are contributaries right around Windmere. You can see the train tracks crisscrossing right here in town. So this is the latest. Just a heads up, if you know anyone up here, let it be known. We've got another one, hazmat situation. I will continue to update with information as I get it. Make sure to follow me on Twitter for those updates and hit that subscribe button for more.
Yeah, man. Yeah, these things are being done. Are being done on purpose, man. This is not by accident, man. You know what I'm saying? And the scripture says, we are not ignorant of this devil's devices, man. We know what's going on, man. These devils, they're trying to push everybody in one place, so that when they push the agenda, it's gonna be easier to trap the people, man.
Yeah.
You know, trying to get the people of the farmland. You know what I'm saying? Have them in the city where they can be closely monitored. You know, that's what's taking place, man.
Right. And it's crazy because I was thinking, I'm like, damn, this is happening in all the regions where there's a lot of land and rivers nearby. You know what I'm saying? Such as like farmland and waterways. You know, and that's the crazy part, because guess what? You know, those people within that region, they're gonna need you know, they if they have farms, still out there, this is echoing, still out there. But if they have farms, you know, that their crops is no good, and then the water, by you know, if they go fishing, then you know the fishes is no good, or they cannot eat from that. So like you said earlier, this is what's gonna ultimately lead to these people relying on Esau Edom, man.
Yeah, this devil is so wise in wickedness. He gotta cause the chaos, man. He has to he has to force the people into submission. You know what I'm saying? And this devil is a perfect agent when it comes to destruction, man. He's gonna put the people in a condition that they're gonna beg for some kind of relief, man. You know?
Right.
Yeah, and that's what the plan was, you know, because you could tell by now that this is deliberate. All right. Bill Gates then bought up all the good farmland. It's not hitting his territories, but it's hitting the territories unknown that they couldn't snatch up. So, you know, when a natural, not a natural, but a disaster like that happens, they can come and confiscate that land. You see?
Hey, think about it real quick, right? The year, what was it? The height of the pandemic. You know, they had farmers that had the excess of food, but they had to get rid of it because the restaurants and the stores couldn't. You know, everything was shut down.
Yeah.
Right. Then later on, you know, Kill Gates goes and buys up land, and now to this point where it's like now you have these hazardous chemicals defiling the land.
That's right.
See, so it was once again they were just cleaning house. That's all it was. They was cleaning house, get rid of all the crops. All right, boom, whatever extra you have, you know, whatever little bit you can get it to the store. Now, but there's a shortage in that. All right, and then this guy goes buys up everything, and then all of a sudden now you have chemicals defiling the earth or whatever the case is. So you can't reap the benefits from that land anymore or from the water. So once again, it's very strategic, man. This devil is on making this move.
That's
All
it. Keep rolling out.
Oh, Revelation 12 verse 12, Rob.
That's it. That's it. That's it. That's why I said he rolling out.
This is Revelations 12 and verse 12. It says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time."
That's right. That's right. So that's his move. He is making his moves. He's playing chess, not checkers. Okay, and it's gradualism, and within that gradualism, he's going to trip his own self up, man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because we know that he's trying to implement his new way of life, the NWO, and trying to get on board with, Klaus Schwabi. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? Klaus Schwabi and those Europeans over there, they don't like Edom over here. Okay, Klaus Schwab, he put a decree out that the so-called white man should not have kids anymore. Okay, the westernized white man should not have kids anymore because they're dumb, they're stupid. And that's what the Lord said. He said he was going to take the wisdom out of what? Teeming. Okay.
And out of Edom too.
Yeah. So it's going to that point of, these devils are about to fight amongst themselves, like the scriptures always, it says that, they're about to get it on. Okay. You got Putin in one direction with the other nations. Then you got Schwabi with his WHO, and then you got old crusty, rusty, creepy Joe trying to make some moves before you fall dead, and his whole cabinet's filled with moles. The world is gone. Their world is gone. You get what I'm saying? Their kingdom is awry. It's going in different directions, like it said in Job. He shall tear himself in anger. Why is nobody listening to me? Because y'all are not under the same accord anymore. And while the nation of Israel, the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel, we're coming together. The house of David is pulling themselves together.
Mm-hmm.
We're standing army in their backyard, and we're holy men because that's what we were ordained to do. We were to use the book as a weapon, and we did that. And doing so, what's the scripture where it says that we shall break
the idols?
Yeah.
That's in Exodus.
Is it Exodus?
I think so. Let me see.
Breaking down their strongholds. That one. Let's get that one.
Pulling down the strongholds. Okay.
Yeah, pulling down the strongholds.
Oh, pulling down strongholds.
Yeah. Let's get that one.
Is it Isaiah 25 verse 6 something like that? No, I don't think so.
I think
Yeah.
Yep,
Is it a Second Corinthians? Okay.
Yeah.
2 Corinthians 10 and verse 4. I'm sorry, verse 3. For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh.
That's right.
The weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahweh Bahashim El Shai to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imagination, every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of Yahweh Bahashim El Shai, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Hamashiach.
Yeah, that's why he gave us an unction to know all things, man. You see how we peruse the internet and we got We got the articles, then we go to the scriptures, then we break down words. Okay. No, we're not on no terrorist things, man. We're not those people. Okay. Southern Poverty Law Center. We're not those men. We're going to break down this place with what? The word of the Heavenly Father.
That's right.
Okay. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. This is not our show, man. We're going to say that time and time again. This is not our show. Only thing we doing is broadcasting how the end is supposed to go, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Cause I got one real quick, right? Deuteronomy 12 verse 3. Deuteronomy 12 verse 3, it says, and ye shall overthrow the altars and break the pillars and burn the groves with fire, and ye shall hew down the graven images of the gods and destroy the names of them out of that place.
That's right. That's right. Go ahead, break it down, bro.
Yeah, that we're doing that, like you said, we're doing that spiritually, man. Spiritually, like you just read, or the weapon of warfare on a carnal, we're not carnal men. We know understand perfectly that this is a spiritual battle. You know what I'm saying? Sure. And to the spirit of Yahweh Shai, we hew down this devil's agenda, his infrastructure. The Lord Yahweh Hashem Shai is taking structure from the house of Esau. You know, destruction. He's taking off structure from the house of Esau. And at the same time, the Lord is building up, you know, the house of David. You know, the house of David right now is under construction. You know, while the Lord is destroying the house of Esau, man. And it's a beautiful time to be alive, man. You know, blessed is he that lives to see the blessed is he that lives to the fall of his enemy. And that's exactly what we are witnessing. And it's a marvelous work, man. It's beautiful, man.
That's it. So, you know, with that, anybody got anything else? You got something to say, Corrupt?
No, I'm all set. All good.
Okay. Hey, with that, we want to say all praises due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash, and double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to all you brothers teaching in truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe, underneath the standard and the banner of Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. All right. And we want to say Abba Babal, Kwam Yasharala, and Shalom.
Shalom.